Josh Brolin talks about the Goonies sequel. Josh Brolin has announced plans to promote his upcoming film, Weapons, which marks the first time he's been directly involved in a sequel to the Goonies. While fans eagerly await the next installment, there are high hopes among critics and fans alike. However, the actor has expressed uncertainty about whether a follow-up will succeed. In an interview with People, https:/people.com/Brolin skeptical about Goonies sequel 11783596. Brolin shared his thoughts. "Of course you hope it happens," he said, citing the positive reception of the original film. He emphasized that he doesn't want to disrupt the legacy of the Goonies by introducing new elements to its story. Still, he expresses trepidation about writing a new version. In a nutshell, he believes the experience was great enough that a sequel might still be worth considering, even if it means some changes. As mentioned earlier, Warner Brothers confirmed in February 2025 that Potsy Ponsiroli would write the sequel, with Steven Spielberg and others involved. The producers also noted that the original writer, Chris Columbus, was part of the team. Now, with a strong script in development, there's a possibility that audiences could see the cast reunite for a new Goonies movie if the script is well received. Josh Brolin on the Goonies sequel. Will it happen? Josh Brolin shares his doubts about a possible sequel to The Goonies. The beloved film The Goonies has sparked dreams of a sequel for many years, yet its star, Josh Brolin, is not ready to dive into that adventure just yet. In a recent interview with Entertainment Tonight during the premiere of Zach Cregger's eagerly awaited horror movie, Weapons, Brolin opened up about his reservations regarding a potential follow-up and what conditions would need to be met for him to consider participating. "I genuinely hope it happens because the experience was incredibly rewarding," he shared with the outlet. The film has been embraced by audiences across generations, and it embodies everything wonderful about storytelling. "My concern lies in the possibility that a new installment could tarnish the original's legacy. I want to preserve the cherished memories I have of it." Brolin humorously speculated on what a sequel might look like, especially considering it would be released more than 40 years after the original's debut in 1985. This classic adventure comedy follows a group of quirky kids on a treasure hunt to save their home from foreclosure. Imagine if they announced a sequel and the Goonies had aged, showing up with walkers, only to tumble off a cliff because their eyesight had deteriorated. "What would that even look like?" he joked. "I'm not sure. It could potentially be fantastic. If it's truly great, you can bet that if story writer Steven Spielberg gives it his stamp of approval, it's bound to be good." However, I've heard there have been 5 different scripts over the years, and he hasn't greenlit any of them yet. So if I'm being selective, it's because Spielberg is selective too, and he has every right to be given his impeccable taste. Brolin's remarks come a few months after it was reported that the dream of a sequel to The Goonies is gaining momentum. The project, titled The Goonies 2, is moving forward with Potsy Ponsiroli set to write the script for Warner Bros. Although a director has not yet been attached, the original was directed by the late Richard Donner. Spielberg, Christy McCosco-Krieger, and Holly Berrio are set to produce for Amblin Entertainment, alongside original screenwriter Chris Columbus, with Lauren Schuler Donner serving as executive producer. Details about the plot remain a mystery, and the announcement of the sequel's development followed closely after a cast reunion at the TCL Chinese Theater, which celebrated Ke Huy Quan's hand and foot imprint ceremony. What do you think? Should The Goonies have a sequel, or is it better left as a classic? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And here's the part that might surprise you. Many fans believe that sequels often fail to capture the magic of the original. Do you agree?